going on, guys? Welcome back to the Backyard Simulator. I have another top 50 9-hole course in the world for you beautiful people today. Today we are in Ermelo, Netherlands at the Lynx Valley. There were two different options. It was close to like Paars and Goud. There was like two different courses. The list that I have for the 9-hole courses didn't specify. So there was the two options, and this one was both of them put together. So this is, I'm assuming, somewhat of a composite course. We're going to take a look here in a second at the scorecard to see possibly if there's two different 9-hole courses, maybe this one combined both of them for a full 18. So potentially, depending on what we see in the scorecard here in a second, I may be playing 18 on the 9-hole series, which is kind of strange, but is what it is. Got the Garmin Approach R10 Country Club Elite mat, my DIY stance mats over here with my artificial turf tiles, 10x7 nets, Callaway super fast balls, and Home Tee Hero. So let's take a look at this scorecard real quick before we get started. So as you can see here, it's the Lynx Valley. It's probably not pronounced Paars and Goud, but you understand what I'm saying. And by the looks of it, they are different. So I'm not sure if they are completely different holes or if possibly the tee boxes. This is from all the way back. All the tee boxes were in a different language, so I always just do the furthest back one. So it looks like we may be playing 18 holes just to get a look at all the different holes. So I guess we'll see. The first hole, see if I can remember this, is 537. It's kind of looking like a dogleg right with basically sand up in front. The two bunkers. Alright, let's see if I can remember this. Either way, get started here. See if we can get off to a decent start with the old driver. I suppose I could have, I was debating before I started recording this and press play, debating picking one of the two courses or doing two separate videos, but I figured if I'm out here, unfortunately not too many really nice days out here left in New England. You're going to start getting, I know I've said it before, but start getting some much colder weather with some more rain and potentially even some snow coming up. So I guess if I can play as many holes as I can out here, I'll do the 18 versus just picking one of the 9. So it's not too bad. That was a little off the heel. It's gonna overcook left. It's out there though. I've been getting more distance. I don't know if it's just my swing, getting more comfortable with the driver, or possibly even, I guess there's a bunch of things. The vest, my swing, getting more comfortable with the driver, possibly the newer balls that I'm using, or I guess they're not even new, just the different style of balls with these Callaways, or even maybe the stance mat on top of it, or just a little bit of all those all put together. Not sure, but the driver's been a little bit longer than it has been from when we first started using this one. 255 left, up 9. So I'm gonna go 3 hybrid, see what happens. Gonna need all the yardage we can get here on this one. Just trying to put something relatively close to the green, so I have a wedge left. It's gonna be relatively straight, but I caught it heavy off the mat. Got a little too quick there. Sometimes when I need extra distance, I try to really wind up and step into it and mess up my tempo a little bit, which, again, golf is kind of a game of opposites. You think the harder you swing, the farther it goes, but a lot of times it's not the case. Same thing, the further you aim left, it goes further right, and vice versa. We do, however, have a wedge though, so I'm going to go 52 degree. We've got 49 up 3, so we're at 52, plus we'll call another 5 or 6. We're right around 57 yards or so. Here we go, 52 degree. There's a chance this goes over the net or catches the top of it. But I'll take putting this ball into the woods for the time being for a good shot here. Might be too much. A little long, but we'll take that. So what was that 1, 2, 3 plus 2? There should be a par to start it. Again, gotta remember those 2 bunkers on that first hole. If it ends up being the same hole, again, I'll probably stop it at 9. But that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense if there's 2 different named courses. So it does look like, though, there's some crazy slopes. Like this fairway, it's kind of tough maybe to see, but it looks like there's almost like a bowl, like in between where the marker is and the bunker. It looks like it slopes pretty hard from right to left. So let's see if we can get it up on that ridge where we're aiming. Oh, that was not good. Super far left and low. That was like 40, 50 yards to the left. We're in play though. Gonna have short-term memory with some of these shots. Try to carry the momentum in between the good ones and then just completely forget about the last ones and focus, or completely forget about the bad ones and just focus on the next shot. 135 up 4, so we're at 139, plus we'll call it 14. So I'm gonna go 9 iron if I can stop dropping the ball. Came off a little higher than I would have liked, so it's probably going to be a tad short, or more than a tad. So we got 30 yards up 3, 33, plus we'll call it another 3 or 4, so we're at 37. I'm going to go 56. That one was definitely, I popped it up. I don't think it was that short, so it was probably a slight misread with the Garmin, but we didn't deserve to be on the green there, so it wasn't wildly inaccurate. That one too, caught it a little heavy. That might be short left. On the green though. Luckily that +2 zone is rather large. Bogey. Camera's still going, which is always good. I did see I used the weather channel as my weather app. I'm kind of bounced between that and AccuWeather, but I got a notification saying that there's going to be a brief rainstorm here. It said, should be, from the time it said, in about 10 minutes. It's cloudy with blue skies, so I don't think that's going to happen, but there is a little bit darker skies that way, basically behind the net to the right, so hopefully that doesn't happen, but I guess we'll find out together if I start getting rained on. 115, down 7. So this is a strange yardage for me. This is going to be basically, that would be pretty much like pretty close to a full 52 or a choke down pitching wedge. I'm going to go pitching wedge, so we need 108. And this is again from the furthest back tees. I wonder what the normal tees, like the normal white or blue tees, would be probably well inside like 80, 90 yards for this par 3. Hopefully I put enough on it. All right. You would think, with all the shots I've taken out here, using pitching wedge and wedges on almost every single hole. Plus, if you guys have seen, I started somewhat of another series, or I guess it is a series of the trying to get a hole-in-one on all par 3 courses. You would think that my wedges and my pitching wedge and 8 and 9 iron would get better, but so far I haven't seen that yet. 4th hole, par 4. Gonna aim right there, I guess. Well, that's frustrating. It's going to be about 200 yards. Hit the mat first on a driver, which is pretty horrendous to do. Really hope I don't get rained on and have my clubs in. All the equipment out here get wet. That'd be rather unfortunate. 153 yards left, up 3, so we're at 156, plus we're in the rough, which is going to add another 15, 16 yards on top of that, so 156, 166, we're into about 173, so I'm going to go 8 iron. Heavy and left. That's been the story of today and the last few rounds. "26 yards, down 1, so we're at 25, plus we'll call it another 3, so we need 28. Gonna go 56 degree. Chip in would raise the spirits here a little bit. Or just thin it right. Rather generous there for the R10, but we'll take it. Kind of real, like I've explained in multiple other videos, there's no real comparison doing all these wedge shots off this basically perfect, relatively tight lie. I actually prefer hitting off of some of the thicker grass on course, but there's real no comparison when you're doing those wedge shots with all the different type of lies you get around the green. But still, if I'm doing it out here, I'd still like to hit the shots kind of what I'm trying to do, not just miss hit them thin and fat and whatnot. But all right, 5th hole, par 4, 285. We got a massive fairway bunker hazard thing, but I'm gonna grip and rip the driver. See if we can stick this green in 1. I might have the distance, but I hung it out to the right. Is it going to come back? Nope. "31 yards left. No slope, but we're in the rough, so that's like 3-4 yards. I mean, 34, 35 yards or so. Still a tad thin. That's a little bit better. Alright, we will take the par. I don't think I mentioned at the beginning, but usually with these top 59 hole courses, I try to be somewhere around even par by the end of the 9. I guess it'll be the same thing through 18. However, those are usually with only 2 or 3 tee box options. This one had like 5 different ones, so we are playing pretty far back on some of these holes. Basically what I'm saying is I'm giving myself an excuse if we don't come close to even par. That's why. Try that again. Low on the club face, but it's going to be relatively straight. It's going to go left, but ooh, just landed in the rough. I think that killed a little bit of distance. If we landed just on that fairway, that would have rolled out a little bit more, but 116 left, down 4, no reduction in power luckily, so we need 112. I'm gonna go pitching wedge. I knew I didn't hit that one super hard, so we did come up a tad short, but that was relatively close, so we'll take that. Just on the border of the +1, +2 for another par. Seventh hole, par 4. I don't love that line. I'd rather just go straight at it, a little more so like that. Unfortunately, I'm not Bryson DeChambeau or Kyle Berkshire, so I can't drive at 355, but I'd rather play it out there. That's more of a direct line. Could be famous last words if there's a bunch of crap over there that isn't really reflecting on the mapping. So, could be an interesting second shot. There is a decent hill over there. Started right. I don't know if it's going to come back a whole lot. Not too bad though, 282, and the rough killed it, so 56 yards, down 2, so we're at 54, plus we'll call it another 5 or 6, so we need like 60 yards here. Gonna go 52. This is right around that number where if I take a decent swing at it, it goes towards the top of the net. A little long, decent shot, but that went right over the net, and I didn't even hear it land. And I really like that Callaway ball, so hopefully, luckily it's bright red, hopefully I can find that later. But that went, it caught one branch I heard, but that pretty much went, I'd assume, if the R10 is even remotely accurate, that went about 50-60 yards straight back into the woods, so got a little bit of a hike to do later. Alright, 145 up 1. So that is kind of a number right between stronger pitching wedge, soft 9, closer to the soft 9, so that's what we're going to do. That was thin. Hopefully they get down, 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 down. We will take the par with that not so great swing. I'm thinking it's tough sometimes when you're not super in touch and aware of what you kind of should be doing or what you're doing wrong. I'm not so sure if some of those missed hits are, obviously ultimately it all comes back down to the swing, but I'm not sure if on some of those it's more so of just a contact issue and the swing is like 80-90% good. It was just bad contact versus more so a swing problem, and then the contact is because of that. But 9th hole, par 4. We're gonna go right about there. Right about there. Alright, this is also a similar Callaway ball, but instead of a super fast, this is a super soft. Similar matte, kind of tacky finish on the outside of the ball. Poor contact. .142 left, down 2. This is gonna be a similar shot with the 9. Thin again, that's gonna have to get down. Good thing I choked a good inch down on that club. Alright, moment of truth here with the, alright, it is a different hole. So, I guess this is the first time that's happened. We're playing 18 on the 9-hole series, so I apologize if that's messing with you. If you're expecting like a 30-minute video, this is going to be closer to the regular hour type video with the 18, but that's, I guess, I kind of figured that was going to happen when I picked the composite style selection out of the 3. And no rain yet, so which is always good, so things are looking up. Started that one right. I'm starting it in not a terrible spot. That's kind of where I want to start it. It's just some of these they're not coming back. They're not drawing like I would want them to. I try to start it just a tad right of center and then have them draw back, but I'm just pushing them. These are fading instead of drawing. 130 yards down once. We're at 129 plus we'll call it 13 yards on top of that. So basically we're gonna do a full pitching wedge here. See if we can stick this green. Now, I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with this particular course. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of you out there, but if you're from the Netherlands or have been there and played this, let me know. I don't know if it's the composite style course, meaning that they kind of like alternate each of the holes, so each of the 9 has holes from each different course, or if we're doing, basically we played one full course on the front nine. Now this is just the second course. I don't know. That was better contact, but I didn't swing super hard. Go, 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 go. Nine yards short, we'll take that. Hey, birdie. Good way to start the back nine. Get some Gatorade to celebrate. Alright, 11th hole, par 3, 153, down 3, so this is pretty close to a full 9 iron for me. Usually on course I play the 9 to about anywhere from 150 to 160, so basically 155, kind of a stock 9 if I hit it well. But that's also considering with the elevation, which I don't know as much on course, plus you got different things like wind and the bounces and everything else, so this should be relatively close though. It's gonna be up there, but I pulled that left. Wow, that was as close to a +3 as we could get while still keeping it 2. Generous par. 12th hole, par 4. .266, huh? Well, this is another one of those. We don't get them very often, so I'm gonna rip the driver right at it. Pretty good chance. I almost would welcome a miss hit here to come up a little short, but pretty good chance we go over the green. But considering it's fun trying to drive the green and get it on, and there's usually not that many of them, I'm gonna rip the driver. I might try to swing up on it just a little bit. Maybe that will launch it a tad higher and take a little bit of distance off. Alright, we'll take that. I was looking pretty short there. I didn't go at it super hard, and like I said, I kind of opened the club face and swung up on it more, but it actually drew a little bit for us, and we got the bird. We hit the green, so. 13th hole, par 4. Definitely 416 yards, being more of a fuller, regular stock driver swing here. Looking for something 275 plus. It's not gonna be too bad. It's gonna be left, but that was low on the club face. That wasn't a great swing. I guess the bright side is whatever is making me not on that one, but overall the driver has been a little bit better as of late, so whatever that is attributed to, even the miss hits are still not too bad, which I guess is good. The more I improve with that driver. I did hear, which is very true, golf is not about your good shots that you can hit, it's about how bad your bad shots are. So if you can limit your bad shots to where if I miss hit something like that, I'm still slightly in the fairway, maybe it didn't go as far, but you're not 40 yards left or right, or popped way up like 150 yards, something like that. Something to think about. Which is very true, because I mean, if you're just like the average amateur like me, just trying to improve, obviously your good is not going to be anywhere near as close to the good of like the PGA style guys, and that's kind of wishful thinking. That's probably never, I wouldn't say never, but very unlikely to happen for your good to get that good. But it is a lot easier to reduce your bad and make your bad not quite as bad, which will in turn help out the score a lot more. Tad thin into the right. Landed next to the pin. Came up a little long, but we'll take that. Swing's definitely not feeling 100%, but score is actually not too bad. We're 1 under through 13. Another par 3. This one's relatively long, so we got 212 up 2. So we're at 214. So that is decision between a teed up 4 or an off the deck 5 hybrid. And I think I'm gonna try the teed up 4. Started kind of low, but it's going to be straight. Let's see if it has the distance. Not quite. Ooh, it's going to be a +3. Bogey, I think that brings us back to even, unfortunately. 15th hole, par 4. Ooh, this is a pretty cool looking hole. So basically right here there's a ridge right where I'm aiming, and then if I go right there, there's a pretty big hill right there, so I'm gonna aim for that. Hopefully I land it either over that or just on the ridge and it rolls down, get some extra distance out of it. If not, if I don't quite get it there, which I don't know, that's pretty far, 314 where we're aimed, that's further down the hill, but if I don't get it there, unfortunately it's not going to play a whole big of a role off the next shot, because I'm going to be kind of just hitting over the ridge. But see if we can get it there. Pulled it left. I think we're right right on top of the hill. We didn't quite get it there. That wasn't the best swing. All right, 181. We've got water. I guess that's pretty far. That should be out of play. That's pretty long right. So 181 down 5. So we need 176, which is right between an 8 and a 7. Slightly closer to a 7, so instead of muscling up an 8, I'm going to go smoother 7. Should lend itself to a better strike, I would think. Started right, but it was hit decent. All right, sit. We'll take that. Decent swing there. That's what we were looking for. Another bird. That should bring us back to the red numbers, I think. Onto the 16th hole, which is a par 3. And it is. So through 15, we're 1 under. We'll take that. 172, up 7, so we're at 179. So, gonna be 7 iron again. And this has to be more of a fuller 7. Similar swing as that last one, but just put a tad more on it, I think. That one started more towards the middle. It's gonna draw just a little bit. Should be there though. All right, let's go. That's 2 good swings in a row with the 7 iron. I don't find myself using that 7 iron a whole lot on course. I think sometimes that's kind of like an in-between club. Usually if I hit a decent drive, I don't need as much of a 7 iron. Then if I hit a real bad drive or something, then I'm usually more towards the 4, 5, and 6 irons, if not the hybrid. So if we're not using that club a whole lot, we'll take 2 good swings there. Got some more hills now. 17th hole, so we got 2 holes left. That brings us to 2 under. We're gonna aim right about there. See what happens. I can't tell a whole lot of a difference between the super softs and the super fast. I would assume this super soft is just a little spinnier, but for my skill level, I can't tell that much of a difference. Been hitting this one decent though, so maybe the super soft is better suited for my game than the super fast. Pushed it right again, hopefully it comes back. And it's not really, I mean it's straight, but that's still like fading. I would like to have it draw a little, but either way, I guess if it's 5 to 10 yards, either right or left, fading or drawing, as long as it's relatively straight, I'll take that. I try to do something, but again, my skill level's not there to where I can do those things on command. 114 or 113 up 1, so we're at 114. No reduction because we're somehow in the fairway. Gonna go choke down pitching wedge. Oh, that was really thin into the right. That's got to get down. Nope. Bad contact there. Bad swing and bad contact. Well, that was a waste of a stroke. 20 yards left. Down 1. Gotta go 60 degree. Pulled it left. It's gonna be long left. Bogey. Alright, let's see if we can get a par or a bird here on this 18th. Par 5, which is good. Usually I feel like, in the back of my head, par 5s, well this is a long par 5, 626 yards, maybe not the case. I was gonna say usually my thinking is on par 5s. If I hit a decent drive to start it, sometimes with my distance I can almost have a stroke to burn on par 5s, but from 626 yards, I don't know if that's the case. I think I'm gonna need all these strokes I can get on this one. But it all starts right here. Same thing, kind of just pushed right. To my understanding, and I've been told, you get a little bit more distance out of the ball if you draw it versus fade it, but then you see guys like DJ and other guys that play power fade, so maybe that's just slightly more controllable. If that's their natural shape, they're playing the fade. Maybe they could get an extra 5, maybe 10 yards if they drew it. I'm not sure. So we got a long way home. I'm gonna aim there. No, I'm not. I'm gonna aim there and hit the 3 hybrid. Haven't really flushed a hybrid in recent memory, so it'd be nice if we hit one good here. Get a good launch on it. Heavy again. That's been the story with the hybrids. I've been catching them heavy. That's going to be relatively straight, but that probably took a good... I think we were in the rough on that one, so that was probably like 220, 230 maybe. That took a good 20, 30 yards off of it because I hit it fat. Alright. 158 up 2, so 160. Let's see if I can hit a good 9-iron here, stick this green and get out of here. Struck it pretty good. See if I get it there. Just barely. But it is a +2 for par, so we'll take that. I'm gonna grab some Gatorade real fast before we do this recap, and just looking real quick as I get this bug off of my putter. 69. Nice. So, might as well check the camera real quick. I guess it's over at this point, but it is still going. 46 minutes on the camera, plus I started a few minutes early, so I actually played that relatively quick. From the Lynx Valley golf club, country club, not sure, golf course, in Ermelo, Netherlands. This again was the somewhat of a composite course, or just two of the courses, just both of those courses back to back. The Paars, Paars, and the Goud, Paars and Gouda. We ended up with a 1 under 69, so we'll take that for sure. Kind of all over the place on the back, but we went 36 and then 33. All pars on the front besides a bogey on 2, which consistency wise that's not too bad. And then the back nine was a little more erratic, but definitely got in. We got 4 birdies in there, 2 bogeys, and then 3 pars, so a little bit of a wider dispersion score wise on the back, but ended up with a better score. So yeah, not too bad. 6 out of 13 fairways, that's a little bit low. We want to be at least 7 there, just under 50%. 15 out of 18 greens in regulation. That had to do some of that with the those 7 irons that I hit pretty good, and then actually hit some of those irons pretty good too. So that's a really good number there. That's one of the best we've ever had. 15 out of 18. That's well over 75%. That's literally almost what, 80-90%, getting close to 100, which we will take that all day long. And then 34 putts. It's actually a little high. 34 putts across 18 holes, that's too shy of 2 putts per hole, so that's actually a little high. We'd like to be closer to 1.5, but can't complain with a 69, 1 under. So pretty good from Lynx Valley. From the first 18-hole basically round that we played in the 9-hole series, oddly enough. Sorry if that's probably might be a little confusing when this video comes out, but hopefully I explained it a couple times with the 2 different courses. But let me know if you guys have any insight on this course. Let me know in the comments some of those things I was talking about. I'm always welcome to any swing tips, swing thoughts, any little things I could be doing better or I should change that I'm doing bad, those kind of things. And if you have any local courses or just any course in general you'd like to see me play back here, let me know in the comments. I appreciate hearing from you guys, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next course.